We're into the penultimate week of the Dialog Schools Rugby League 2025 as two fierce rivals lock horns here at the St. Peter's College grounds in Bambalapitiya. St. Peter's College, the defending champions, taking on Isipathana College, this year's knockout champions. What has been probably the fixture in schools rugby here in Sri Lanka over the past few years or so. Two of the arguably the strongest schoolboy rugby sides in the country, and very interestingly, for the first time in a long time, St. Peter's and Isipathana will be locking horns in a league match that does not affect the championship title in any way. As you take a look at the weather card, slightly cloudy here in Bambalapitiya, a bit gloomy, potential for some rain later on in the piece, and maximum temperature of just 29 degrees Celsius, so ideal conditions for some fast running rugby that both these institutions are renowned for. The conditions will certainly play the hands of both these sides here today in Bambalapitiya. The Pavilions are slowly but surely filling up. The 30 minutes to go for kickoff. Both sides into their warm-ups. Saturday here on none other than Sri Lanka's number one sports channel, the Papare. Trinity College taking on Wesley College up in Pallekele in what could be the league decider for this year. And in the St. Thomas's College grounds, we'll have St. Thomas's College taking on Royal College. That's for the Michael Gunaratna Trophy. And our match here, the other match in the cup segment, St. Peter's College locking horns with Isipathana. And in the plate, Anand taking on Zaira College in what promises to be an exciting match. And in the bowl, we have Vidyartha taking on Mahanama up in Nittavala, and Science College taking on Dharmaraj College in Mount Lavinia. So plenty of action from the Dialog Schools Rugby League, and all these live pictures courtesy of Papare. So take a look at last week's results. A close encounter at the complex as Wesley got the edge over the Royalists, 24 points to 17, and then Trinity College really stamping their authority on Isipathana and avenging themselves for that knockout final defeat. And St. Peter's College in the big club grounds, just one misconversion handed a narrow 2-point victory to the Thomians. As for this week's results, just had the one game yesterday in the bowl. As the Thurston College, we battered really by St. Anthony's College, 40 points to 7. And with that, St. Anthony's College sealed the bowl championship this year in the Dialog Schools Rugby League. And they'll take a lot of heart from that, especially considering the way that they started their season. And it's great to see that the Antonian side has grown into the season as things progressed. As you see the Pete Wright side into their warm-ups, and early team news is both these teams missing some crucial players in the forwards department, courtesy some red card bans. Revon Pereira was sent off for that reckless charge at Akit Kure last week at the big club ground, so he'll be missing out today. And for the Isipathanians, their number 8, Shakib Zumri, was too sent off against Trinity for a tip tackle. And it will be interesting to see how both these sides adapt, losing a key man each. You can see Isipathana scrumming, and it's great to see head coach Danushka Boteju chipping in and helping out the lads, and he has done decently well in his first season, has secured that Dialog Schools Rugby knockout title, narrowly defeating Trinity. But he'll be slightly disappointed with his side's performance in the Dialog Schools Rugby League. But Isipathana have been hampered by a lot of injuries to some of their key men. As for the Pete Wrights, hasn't been the best of title defenses from them either. Have lost 3 games so far. 2 of them have been very narrowly. It all came down to their place kicking at the end of it, which is something that they'll need to work on and polish before taking the field in today's clash. Because if the recent past is anything to go by, St. Peter's versus Isipathana promises to be a really tight fixture, where the boot really could be the difference between victory and defeat for these sides. for St. Peter's College. For both these sides, actually, rather uncharacteristically, it's their forwards department that has been their stronger suit this year for St. Peter's and Isipathana alike. As I welcome Laxisi De Silva with me up into the commentary box. Very good evening.
Good evening, Nathan. So both the teams not in the competition at the moment. They don't have the opportunity to make a claim for the Cup Championship, but this is a rematch from the league decided last year. So this is an encounter that both the teams wouldn't want to lose. So after losing a lot of games, these two teams, they have lost two games so far in the tournament. So both the teams would want to get their act right in this encounter. So we have a lot to talk about, but before that we will head to a commercial break and we will be back. Stay tuned to Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare.
Reserve your BYD vehicle today with John Keel's CG Auto by visiting the BYD showrooms or call us on 0112 125 125.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Vihilu නෙමේ Tokyo Super ඕන වැඩකට super.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
රාමෙන් පාරක් දාමුද?
මෙතන
විතරක් නෙමෙයි. ඕනෙම තැනක රාමෙන්.
හඳුන්වාදන මෙල්බන් ස්නැකර්ස් කොරියන් රාමෙන් සේවරි විස්කට්. රාමෙන් සැරට සෙට් වෙන්න.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex, get, spray, go.
Saratama enjoy karanga party ekata go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth ekata go ekak.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක. තමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස්ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
Swiss-Tech tile adhesive අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Link Natural Cramp Guard Plus. No more suffering from muscle cramps. The herbal specialist for muscle cramps. A trusted product from Link Natural.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamari.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Reserve your BYD vehicle today with John Keel's CG Auto by visiting the BYD showrooms or call us on 0112 125 125.
Dawasama refreshment na train ekata go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth ekata go ekak.
Whose fault is this?
Looks like someone didn't use Tokyo Superset for bricklaying and plastering. Tokyo Superset. Do it right the first time.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
German-engineered tyres for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
Our forests come in many forms. They can be up in the hills or down in the plains, fed by the rain or sculpted by the sun. Our forests are deeply rooted in us. They are a living inspiration.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined.
Maliban lemon puff puff. Lemon puff. Maliban lemon puff. Hamasitakma tibide. Rasa lemon rasa ye. Jeevithayama mihirai. Maliban lemon puff puff. Lemon puff. Maliban lemon puff. Maliban lemon puff. Chill when a lemon.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
Now Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදහමයි.
There's 3 forwards in the top 5 try scorers, which really paints a picture of what this season has been like in the Dialog Schools Rugby League 2025. And the top point scorers, the star man for Ananda College on 97 points, Dinesh Chamudita, the fullback, and he'll be hoping that he'll be able to cross that 100 points tally today. And in close second, Dilruwan Pereira on 91 points. He too has been a one-man show for his side, really. And he too will be hoping he can put in a good shift in the Bowl Championship today and try and get towards that 100-point mark. And in third place, the Royal Fly half Idris Farooq on 67 points, followed closely by Abdul Hadi and Mayank Dias of Wesley College and St. Thomas's College.
Then Chamudita and Dilru and Pera, they have been absolutely brilliant for their teams. Both of them have been one-man armies when it comes to the two teams. Now, if you take a look closely, there's no one from Trinity, and Trinity College, they have been unbeaten, but no, they did manage to break that impression of only Shan Altaf being their key player. There was that talk when it comes to the fans that it was all about Shan Altaf, and if he doesn't manage to perform, Trinity College won't have a good day. But they have managed to turn things around. Nisit Rupa Singh, Satish Kumar, Yad Dhege, all of them turned up, and that's one of the reasons why we don't have any name out there when it comes to the points scorers from Trinity College. But now the story is about these two teams. Isipathana College in their final huddle, they'll miss Shakib Sumri a lot. Shakib Sumri unfortunately was shown a red card for that very dangerous tackle. Probably a little brain fade movement from the youngster. Such a great player he is, but you tend to have those kind of days, Nathan. And for St. Peter's College, they don't have Revon as well today. So both the teams are coming into this game without one of their main players. So yeah, we can say that the playing field is quite even.
Yes, indeed, Luxis, especially for St. Peter's College. Revon Pereira has been their highest try scorer in the Dialog Schools Rugby League. But we'll talk about that later as we head into another short commercial break with the team news and kickoff on the other side.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Injection එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස මේ තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
German engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
Now Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
බිත්තියට ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නෑ.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Now Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස.
Follow your dreams, achieve your goals. With every step, let your story unfold. In this world you will shine. Just believe it's your time. Sky is the ultimate limit. Never can you stop any day.
Chase your dream career with eSoft Metro Campus.
Now Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
German engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
හවසම ෆ්‍රෙෂ් වෙන්න. O3 Spirit and Freedom perfumed body spray.
Boss, you're the one who lifted this company to where it is today, ne? Your work is so well organized and your capability really shines through it.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මනම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
Swistek Aquashield 2K waterproofer. සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Drink Samahan daily to boost your immunity and stay healthy against prevailing health conditions. Samahan daily. Stay healthy.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්නේ දැනෙන රස.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Welcome back to Bambalapitiya, and we're just moments away from kickoff in this clash. A battle for pride really between St. Peter's College and Isipathana College. They've met 4 times over the past couple of seasons, and all of them have been in crucial matches, but we'll talk about that after this short trailer.
Tonight's Bradley Shield returns with all the pride, history and passion. Trinity College will host the first leg in Candy. And 2 weeks later, it's Royal College's turn to bring the fire back to Reed Avenue. Witness the school's rugby giants clash on the 23rd of August and the 6th of September. Watch it live, only on Dialog Television, the Dialog ViU app and ThePapare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
The ashes of Sri Lankan schools rugby, the Bradley Shield encounters coming your way in the upcoming weeks, right here on Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, the Papare on the Papare 1 HD, Dialog TV channel number 126. So, but before that, we have 2 weeks of action coming your way from the Dialog Schools Rugby League, and we might. There's a very good chance that we might have the league winners playing in the Bradley Shield this year. So let's see. Now it's time to take a look at the starting 15s for the teams. For Isipathana College, Lahiru Herat, Kavi, Nirosh, Nevit, Meunak and Navid Tahir comes in place of Shakib Sumri, Abdul Ahmad, Sanish Jayavira, Thinet Rudangod and Setum Rajapaksha. He will play at number 8 today, in that spot which Shakib Sumri played. And when it comes to the backline for Isipathana, Situpa Bome, Tavish Hiran, Aditya Madusha, Nivanda Sandeep, Risni Jaffrad and Tenula Di Costa. And when it comes to replacements, Vitarana, Sumri, Ibulgala, Hakim, Botej, Ruan Patriana, Vijay Sekar, Bimsat, Jayavira and Gomez.
Yes, some positional shifts for the visitors as we take a look at the home team. Just the one forced change for them as well. Shevala Begunawardana slots in for the suspended Revon Pereira. It's an unchanged forward pack other than that of Akram, Nimsara, Herft, and second row of Ratnayaka and Ranasinghe, and Madugaske, Abegunawardana and Shinuka Pereira in the 8. And in the halves, unchanged Shiraz Pereira and Jamal Wahab. Pramukha Theekshana and Netchan Mantusha to continue in midfield, and a back 3 of Vishenka Silva, Rajit Gion and Senu Dinsara. For the replacements, Chirat Pereira, Kamil, Imit Javira, Krishan, Pamudita, Soisa, Angelo, Shahid, Rusit and Arosh. So it's great to see that St. Peter's have settled into a good starting combination. Laksisi, we took them a few games to settle in, especially in the backs. Plenty of positional shifts in the group stage matches, but when it came to the Cup Championship matches, it's great to see that this set of backs has been starting unchanged. And as for Isipathana, a few positional shifts as well.
Exactly, Nathan. When it comes to these two sides, in the last 2 years, the backlines were really powerful. They had a lot of speed and they were really hard to stop. But when it comes to 2025, a lot has changed. For St. Peter's, most of the players are still here, but they have not been performing up to the mark. And for Isipathana, they had some injuries, a lot of injury issues for them when it comes to the back line, and the players were simply unable to just fill in the boots of the players that they had to replace coming in from last year, the likes of Rinesh Silva from 2023, Shahid Sumri in 2024. So that's a lot of big names to fill, and unfortunately the boys not being able to perform up to the mark when it comes to the back line. But the forwards, as you mentioned, for both the teams, they have been the strong suit and they have been exceptional. So let's see whether the back lines will come into the party today. It will be interesting to see how Vishenka Silva takes things into his hand today. And let's see how things pan out here at St. Peter's College grounds.
Yes, Vishenka Silva finally returning to his preferred position out in that number 11. Yeah, he was impressive. He carried really well against St. Thomas's College in last week's fixture. But unfortunately for him, he wasn't able to touch down for a try. And it's been a really dry season for him. Just the 3 Amana Bank tries to his name so far. So he'll be hoping that he can change that. As take a look at the junior sides, Laksisi, it was great to see that the junior sides too have that same fierce and competitive energy. And we saw some great junior matches as well of air.
Exactly, Nathan. I think St. Peter's College did manage to win most of the junior encounters. Now, that will be a great sign of things for St. Peter's College. And for Isipathana, they didn't perform up to the expectations in the junior level as well this year. For some reason, against India as well, they didn't have the best of times. One of the under-12 teams were hammered 60 plus last weekend in Pallekele. So, a lot to work on for Isipathana when it comes to the future. And for St. Peter's, very good signs that their under-16 team is playing really well this year.
Yes, but rather uncharacteristic from Isipathana, I would say, Laksi. They are renowned for their junior setup, and that's how they have produced many homegrown talents that have really taken the standard of Sri Lankan rugby to great heights.
So let's see how things pan out when it comes to Isipathana. You never know when they will show up. That's the magic when it comes to Isipathana College in Sri Lankan schools rugby. They are always there and thereabouts when it comes to the conversation, when it comes to winning trophies. So same as St. Peter's. Now St. Peter's, Isipathana Royal, they have been dominating the schools rugby season for the last few years. Now this year things will change most probably. So I think it's a very good thing for Sri Lankan rugby that the other teams are coming to the forefront. St. Thomas's, Trinity, they have always had very good sides, but this year they have done quite a lot more than what they did in the last few years. Wesley College, they have been really good when it comes to age group tournaments in the last year, especially winning most of the tournaments. And this year they were almost there when it comes to winning the Cup Championship, but unfortunately lost that game to Isipathana 2 weeks ago. So it's really great to see a lot of other teams coming to the forefront and giving the competition to the 3 teams that have been good in the last decade or so.
Yes, couldn't agree more, Laksisi. It's not often that you see Isipathana Royal and St. Peter's relishing towards the bottom of that Cup Championship. It's not often that all 3 of them have, I would say, an off-color year at the same time. But like you said, it's been a great advertisement for the other teams that participate in this Dialog Schools Rugby League, especially the likes of Trinity College, who have really put together a super team. We were speaking earlier about how they were known as more of a one-man show, but it's great to see that they have switched things up, and after nearly 40 years they look like they'll be clinching a league title as the crowds slowly but surely still gathering in. Plenty of traffic around Colombo today, Laksisi, on Saturday, so great to see that the fans have come in their numbers, and this has been somewhat of a record breaker in terms of ticket sales over the past few seasons, hasn't it?
In 2023, right here at Bambalapitiya, it was so hard for even us to get inside the ground. So that's how the atmosphere was. This year, slightly quieter, but still a good crowd in here at Bambalapitiya as the St. Peter's College team, the home team, they take the field for this penultimate encounter of the Dialog Schools Rugby League for them.
Yes, Vishenka Silva leading out his boys. A warm reception for the Bamba Brigade, and that loud cheer lets you know that the green machine as well, Isipathana being led out by Tinetra Durangoda, have taken to the field. Hopefully some high octane stuff, and hopefully we'll be able to see some of the quality of rugby that these two sides have shown us over the past few seasons, over the past few decades actually. And both teams will be eager to make a statement, sitting at the bottom of that cup championship, and the winner of this game, Laksisi, will have that slight bragging rights over their opponents of coming 5th in that cup championship. And no one really wants that wooden spoon, so plenty to play for.
Exactly how as both the teams are out of contention. The 7th tournament is coming up, the school 7th tournament next month. So both the teams will definitely want to see how their backlines perform and how their more mobile forwards get into the act in the last 2 weeks, as they'll definitely want to make a claim. St. Peter's, of course, the defending champions when it comes to sevens. Isipathana lost the semi-finals last year. So I think now it's all about trying to get that act right before that tournament for these two sides.
Yes, indeed, Laksisi. Especially for St. Peter's College, Isipathana, even though they have been slightly off colour in the league, have that knockout championship, but St. Peter's wouldn't want to go out of a season without any major silverware. So they'll certainly have one eye on that upcoming sevens tournament, as you said. And by the looks of things, it will be Isipathana in their traditional green jersey to kick from left to right of your screen in this first half, and the man under pressure in the middle today is referee Ihan Yatawara. So just a few moments away from kickoff here at Bambalapitiya, as referee Yatawara just goes over his final checks, and it will be Avishka Hiran for Isipathana College, who has slotted back into that fly half position after playing the last few games at fullback. Isipathana in game have been really fluid with Avishka Hiran and Tenula Di Costa seamlessly rotating from 10 and 15. And it's a deep kick into Pete Wright territory, gathered there by the number 7, that's Hashara Madugaske, and straight away a strong carry coming in from Shenuka Pereira. But Isipathana are up with their defense and really pushing the game line back. So really making a statement in this first few phases are Isipathana, as Senuddin Sar will send the ball out of touch and take St. Peter's College out of danger.
Isipathana trying to set the pace very early in the game, and St. Peter's doing really well. They were put under pressure very early, but they did well to get out of the danger zone. But now Isipathana with an opportunity to attack. The lineouts have been one of the main components when it comes to their attack this year. So let's see how things pan out in this first lineout.
Yes, the collection is clean from Durangoda, uncontested from the Pete Wrights, and they're doing well to hold up that maul there and force Situpa Bomet to go to his back line for the first time today. And St. Peter's are missing one of their key men in line-out and maul situations in Revon Pereira, but they are doing well so far, at least in that first exchange. And Avishka Hiran there just managed to break the first line of defense, and Nevit Meunaka now. And Janut Ratnayaka will need to roll away from that tackle, does so just in the nick of time. But Isipathana, like you said, Laksisi, trying to set the pace for this game, and St. Peter's are up to the challenge there. Tinetra Dodangoda doubled up on in the tackle by Shenuka Pereira and Lakindurana Singh, but still choosing to go from the fringes, and Sheva Labe Gunawardana there with a massive hit to send the gain line back. And now Isipathana look to go to their back line. Lovely handoff from Tenula Di Costa, trying to push past that 40-meter mark. And a strong carry from the Isipathanian fullback. Have that extra man out wide. They need to work the ball here, but the forwards choosing to persist with the fringes. And now here's another strong carry from the Isipathana tight head. That's Lairu Herat, as a ball play to the edge of that 22-meter. And now Nevit Meunaka wasn't held in the tackle there. Some good work at ruck time, but it's Isipathana on the front foot in this opening 2.5 minutes here at Bambalapitiya. And have that, they've created that overlap on the outside. Shows and goes, does Aditya Madhushan. And a desperate defense from Rajit Jion. But it's Isipathana now in the Pete Wright red zone. Shades of last year's league decider Laksisi, where we saw play go on without the referee's whistle for the first 4.5 to 5 minutes. And like we were saying before kickoff, quality of rugby, really keeping the ball in play are both sets of players, as Avishka Hiran sends in that chip kick. But Dinsara is there to do the cleaning up for his side. But straight away up with the defense are the Isipathanians, really pushing the Pete Wrights back. And they really want to play this game at pace. Isipathana. St. Peter's will do well to just try and find an exit from here. That was one area of their game that was lacking against St. Thomas's last week, and they ended up conceding 2 tries as a result of it. But this time, though, choosing to run from his own 22 is Vishenka Silva, and Aditya has taken his side out of danger. And now they'll go from the fringes with Shenuka Pereira, who has been one of the strongest carriers in the league this season. And he's showing exactly what he's made of in these opening exchanges. But St. Peter's are still playing the game in the wrong area, still just outside their own 22. And now they've given Vishenka Silva sufficient space to try and launch that exit, but it is not good. And has just sent the ball into open space and given a chance for the dangerous Avishka Iran to run at the Pete Wright line, but kick was charged down by Rajit Jion, and St. Peter's have their first set piece. So an interesting sequence of play, Laksisi. Both teams a battle of attrition really at Bambalapitiya, and it's St. Peter's College with that slight moral victory at the end of it.
3 minutes of fast-paced rugby from these two sides. We talked a lot about the forwards, of how these two teams have managed to dominate games when it comes to the forwards, but the back line slightly coming into the game very early here at Bambalapitiya. Now the first line out for St. Peter's College.
And straight away was overcooked by Shenuka Pereira, but Shiraz was there to do the cleaning up, and brilliant work at ruck time from Nevit Meunaka. But managed to roll that ball back just in the nick of time. Here's Herft. They are looking to play this game at pace as well are the Pete Wrights, and Netchan Mantusha breaks past the first line of defense. Peters now playing the game where they want to be playing it, inside Isipathana's half, and another devious run from Jamal Wahab. Really hard to catch is the young Pete Wright back. Plays both in that 9 and 10 position, but he's really excelled at number 10 this season. And Shenuka Pereira now takes the game line into the Isipathana red zone. Here's Shiraz now. They are looking to go out wide. The Pete Wrights, and a slight fumble there from Aditya. And he has lost the ball forward. Could be a costly error for St. Peter's College. They had plenty of space and had all the numbers out wide. But it's Pramukha Theekshana with a costly error there. Just juggle the ball a bit. And it's Isipathana that will have the first scrum of the game, Laksisi.
Isipathana College having some trouble getting the St. Peter's College backline down from that first tackle. They need to do that. They need to make sure that they get the St. Peter's College players down by just a single tackle. Can't afford to miss tackles like how we saw in the last few phases. But that mistake from St. Peter's giving Isipathana the opportunity to get out of jail here. So some enterprising rugby from both the teams to start things off. Nathan, it's really great to see this from these two sides.
Yes, indeed, Laksisi. Coming back to the topic of the first phase, that's where St. Peter's College, I'd say, has been one of their strongest suits this season. We saw in the games against Royal and St. Thomas's as well. They did really well, did the Pete Wright defense to win that first phase and really make their presence felt at ruck time. It's important, especially as a forward, even if you don't come away with the ball, that you really make a mark on your opposite number. And here another strong scrum from the Pete Wrights, putting heaps of pressure. But appear to have given away the penalty, or has the ref? I think referee Atavara has asked for a retake there. But was a strong scrum, wasn't it, Laksisi?
St. Peter's College sending an early message to Isipathana. They won't have it easy when it comes to the scrums here at Bambalapitiya. Now let's see whether the retake will be better for Isipathana.
Yes, this time a lot more stable from the green machine. And Situpabumet now to Avishka Hiran. Avishka Hiran with a lovely chip kick into some space. And the chase is good as well from Tinetra Durangoda, but Very well done there, well read by Senuddin Sar. Managed to ensure that's no further danger from that kick. Here's Wahab now, shows and goes. Bit of a hit coming in from Tenurudi Costa there. And Naveed Tahir definitely had his hands on the ground on that occasion, but the referee has not spotted that, and now a chip kick sent deep into the Pete Wright 22. And Vishenka Silva now will need some support to get his side out of trouble. Support arrives quickly enough for the Pete Wrights, but did well there, did Situ Babomet to just put in that box kick, used it to really good effect on that occasion, and has pushed the game line back to the Pete Wright 22, which is where Isipathana would want to play, but don't have the ball at the moment. And the exit has been charged down by Tinetra Dodangoda. And Netchan Mantusha thankfully is there for the Pete Wrights, but under immense pressure now, Laksisi. We're speaking about the Pete Wrights making a mark on this game. It's now Isipathana that has shown that anything that the Pete Wrights can do, they can do, and they have done it better so far in these opening 8 minutes. Just on the edge of the Pete Wright whitewash now, Isipathana. And they have won the penalty as well, so brilliant work by the Isipathana forwards, and they won a penalty in exactly where they'd want to win one, Laksisi.
From that box kick, the chase was really good from Isipathana, but St. Peter's did really well as the support players did come in right on time, Nathan. But then that little charge down from Trinitru Dodangoda, giving Isipathana the opportunity to attack, and St. Peter's College unfortunately couldn't find a way to get out of jail. Now Isipathana with an attacking scrum just 5 meters away from the whitewash. Will we see the first Samana Bank try, or can St. Peter's College get out of this very dangerous posture?
Yes, Isipathana putting themselves in an ideal position to open the score in here. They'll want to make this chance count. You've seen St. Peter's be wasteful with their chances so far, and now they're looking to run, but brilliantly ripped by Jamal Wahab there, and he sends the clearance kick. But the chase is not good from St. Peter's, so Tenurudi Costa now will have some open space to run into, but chasers do arrive just in the nick of time. And that kick has gone into the dead ball zone and is gathered by Nimsara now. The hooker for St. Peter's College with a dash in run from his own 22. Offloads to Mantusha. Lovely hands now. Shows and goes does Netchan Mantusha. Brings the game line towards that halfway mark. He too is another very deceptive runner, is Netchan Mantusha for the Pete Wrights. And now they have the opportunity to go with their big forwards. That was carried by Ratnayaka. Shenuka Pereira offloads to Herf. Herf met in the tackle by Lairu Herat. But this is much better from the Pete Wrights. Not letting the visitors make anything of that chance, that 5 meter scrum, and Isipathana will be really disappointed there, Laksisi, losing the ball in such a vital area.
St. Peter's College doing really well to get out of that very dangerous position, and now St. Peter's on the move. Lovely offload out to the dangerous Vishenka Silva. Now can Vishenka Silva, he manages to evade the first tackler. Lovely offload out. Will this be the first try? Almost going all the way now, just few meters short. St. Peter's with a golden opportunity to attack. There has been a lovely counter attack from the Pete Wrights. Can Isipathana hold on?
Yes, support arriving quickly for the Pete Wrights, and now they'll look to go from the fringes. Here's Ratnayaka, strong carry, takes the ball into the 5 meter mark. Shiraz now straight under the post is Shenuka Pereira. Shenuka Pereira touches down for the Amana Bank try, and St. Peter's College have opened the score in here in Bambalapitiya. Amana Bank try time for the Pete Wright number 8. He's carried so well all season, and he gets himself a deserved score. But yet again, Laksisi, that was a try that was created by the backline. I think Tikshana and Vishenka Silva did really well there to just open up the Isipathana defense.
Exactly, Nathan. Vishenka Silva coming into his own in that little run that he did, and then the forwards made sure from that 5 meter line they finished the job. Excellent. There was no chance Isuru Dang would have been able to stop the big number 8 of St. Peter's College. So Mana Bank try time for St. Peter's. They drew first blood, and they had a position where it was Isipathana College who were calling the shots, but things just shifted in a flash, and St. Peter's College, they have points on the board.
Yes, Laksisi, and off camera, Rajit Jion has added the extra, so it's 7 points to nil here at Bambalapitiya. And it, like you said, Laksisi, Isipathana were playing the game inside the Pete Wright red zone, but it was that rip of the ball from Jamal Wahab to a turnover possession that really changed things for the Pete Wrights, but they made a complete mess of this kickoff here. But Mantusha is there to do the cleaning up. He'll need some support, and support does arrive. That try would have given the Pete Wrights a world of confidence, Laksisi, and now they'll be more encouraged to try and run it out of their own 22. But just as I say that, they've opted for the safety of touch in the form of Senuddin Sar, who has taken play out of danger for the Pete Wrights, and that's another area that was found lacking. I think we spoke about it a while earlier as well. The exit kicks haven't been the best from the Pete Wrights, and they've put themselves under a lot of pressure, but thankfully Senuddin Sar has got it right on that occasion.
Now, when you really talk about the problems for the two sides, Nathan, things have been quite similar for both the sides, because even Isipathana, they have had their troubles when it comes to spot kicking and getting out of jail, because in that game against St. Thomas's, 2 kicks which they were trying to get out of jail went out on the full, and St. Thomas's managed to score tries in both the occasions, and that did come back to haunt them big time. So very similar issues for both the teams this season. So it's 7 points to nil. St. Peter's College with the early advantage. Dodangoda takes it cleanly, as he has done throughout the season. Now here's Aditya Madushan. Going for that first hit, unable to gain much meters there. Now Setum Rajapaksha, new territory for him, playing as number 8, has been such a great workhorse for Isipathana throughout the season. Nimanta Sandeepa, not the best of seasons for him. He's such a quality player. Now St. Peter's College once again with the turnover. They have been quite good at doing this throughout the season, and even in this game they have been able to turn things around when it mattered.
Yes, excellent work at ruck time there from Janut Ratnayak on that occasion. And like we were saying earlier, Laksisi, St. Peter's have done mighty well to really win the first phase throughout this season. The exit isn't the best from Vishenka Silva, but Rajit Jion made a really intelligent break there to collect the kick and make sure that his side retains possession. And now a strong carry from Pramukha Theekshana. Very close to the touchline now are the Pete Wrights. They'll need to straighten things up, and they'll want a lot more territory from here. Here's Abhay Gunawardena, spots the gap. Abhay Gunawardena bumps off a couple of tackles, needs 3 men to take him down. And now Shiraz goes for that box kick. The chase is not good though. And Tenodri Costa calls for Mark Laksisi. So thought that the box kick was the right move there, but unfortunately for the Pete Wrights, the chase just wasn't good, and Isipathana now have just taken a bit of the pressure off themselves.
Tenodri Costa. Now with a good kick, Tenodri Costa. No mistakes there. As they say, Nathan, a kick is as good as only the chaser. So the chasing needs to be very, very precise in such moments. But St. Peter's, now 2 or 3 times we have seen that the chase has not been good. They went for the kicking option, but the chase has not been good.
Yes, and this time the line out is spoiled by Tinetra Dodangoda. Lovely work by Isipathana, but St. Peter's have done well to win the ball back. Tinetra Dodangoda, arguably the best jumper in the Dialog Schools Rugby League. And now the Pete Wrights looking to carry with their forwards. Here's Nimsara, met in the tackle. Shiraz now with a loopy pass out to Wahab. Wahab, lovely hands. But Avishka Hiran read it well on that occasion. Didn't allow him to break. But now here's Theekshana. Theekshana out to Dinsara. Dinsara spots the gap. Pete Wright slowly but surely playing out of danger and moving towards that Isipathana half. And now they've straightened things up, but that's a massive hit coming in from Tinetra Dodangoda on one of the bigger players in Ashaz Akram. But unfortunately, just doing so illegally and handing over a penalty to St. Peter's College.
Now the update from Pallekele, Nathan, after 13 minutes. Both the teams yet to get things going. An important game when it comes to the whole landscape of the Dialog Schools Rugby League.
Yes, and this time the touch finder wasn't good from Senuddin Sara, and I think Pramukha Tikshana has just knocked the ball on there once again. So yet again Tikshana just squandering an opportunity for the Petrites. He'll really need to pull his socks up and pull them up fast because we all know that Isipathana are a side that can stage a comeback at any point in the game. So they'll want to take all those opportunities that come their way.
And some friendly bant out there in the middle between the two front rows of the team.
Yes, Kavi Nirosh just admiring Sithila Nimsara's headwear. And the scrumming has just gotten a bit better from Isipathana as these first 20 minutes have progressed, and now they'll go for one of their set moves. Here's Avishka Hiran just holding the ball, and Avishka Hiran met in that tackle there by Netchan Mantusha, forcing the knock on the Petrite centre, and that's a real statement of intention from Netchan Mantusha there.
St. Peter's College, after the initial 4 or 5 minutes, they have been really solid, Nathan. They have been very good when it comes to the tackling at the rucks, and they have made sure that Isipathana are feeling the pressure in the last 10 minutes or so. So Isipathana at the moment just crumbling a little bit. They need to maybe take some time, just calm down and get back into this game. But St. Peter's, they can insert a lot more pressure if they can get some more points from this position.
Yes, definitely, Laksisi. Like we said, Peterites have already squandered a couple of chances, and they'll be hoping those aren't too costly. And yes, given the way that the Isipathanians are playing at the moment, they'll want to add at least another 1 or 2 more scores before Lemons. As Netchan Mantusha just appears to have done a bit of damage to himself there. Some claret drawn from his nose. But I'm sure he'll be ready to go soon. And it's a water break coming in at a key time for Isipathana. Just gives them the chance to regroup a bit. Like you said, they have been all over the place in the last 10 minutes or so, Laksisi, after starting the game really well. So just an opportunity for Danushka Boteju as well to just relay some orders to his men. So we take a look at the replay there, forcing the knock on Netchan Mantusha and putting Avishka Hiran under a world of pressure.
Now, throughout the season, Nathan, for Isipathana, the consistency has been an issue. In a game for all the 70 minutes, we have not seen the consistency from them. During the knockouts, it was quite a different side. They played a lot better, but in the league, we have not seen that same consistency. Meanwhile, St. Peter's College working the line from left to right. Now, they will shift directions this scrum half inside the Isipathana 22.
Yes, Shenuka Pereira just bringing play into the red zone there, and there's Ashas Farooq with a lovely offload to Nimsara. Nimsara now straight under the post are the Petrites, and now they'll look to run it with Dinsara. Dinsara out to Vishenka Silva. Vishenka Silva in space out wide, and he has been bundled into touch. So Isipathana really pulling their socks up and making a bit of a statement of intent on of their own. And I believe that was the number 5. That's Abdul Ahmed with a strong tackle on the Petrite skipper. He had the try line at his mercy on that occasion. Take a look there. There was some lovely hands and some quick ball played by the Petrites.
No, that was in fact Nimantha Sandeepa. Now Nimantha Sandeepa wearing the number 50 jumper for Isipathana. Dodangoda. Very, very safe when it comes to the collections at the lineouts for Isipathana.
Yes, and the Petrites really contesting for the ball here. Trying to just milk a penalty, but gets the ball out to Sandeep, who finds the exit, but play will still remain inside the Isipathana red zone. So another opportunity for the Petrites to run at these Pathanian fringes, Laksisi.
There's a lot of work to be done for Isipathana. As you mentioned, still inside their own 22. They have not been able to get to the St. Peter's College 22 for some time now after that initial burst. So they need to find some sort of an exit here.
Yes, but the line-out work is clean, and a loop-in pass out to Jamal Wahab, and now Pramukha Tikshana has spotted the gap. Brins play right under the post for the Pete Wrights. Just 10 meters out now. Here's Farooq. Out to Wahab. And now Tikshana once again. Pete Wrights keeping the ball here and exerting mountains of pressure on the Isipathanians. But Nevith Meunaka did well there to just stop Shenuka Pereira dead in his tracks. And now they'll look to go out wide to the line. Here's Jamal Wahab. Jamal Wahab shows and goes. Done himself a bit of damage, but has brought play right onto that 5-meter line for the Pete Wrights. Surely just a few more phases away. Just need to be a bit patient here. Do the Pete Wright forwards. Continuing to knock on the door. Continuing to run at those Isipathana fringes. But now they'll look to go to the back line. And here's a Netchan Mantusha Famana Bank. Try number 2. And has he touched down? And I think we'll need to head upstairs to have a look at this one, Laksisi. But the AR saying that he saw that the ball was held up there. But I'm sure we'll have to have another look at this.
I just wonder whether St. Peter's College maybe could have given one more pass to make it a quite easy try. But that just made things hard for themselves, St. Peter's College there. Now let's see whether that little decision will cost them a try.
Yes, Netchan Mantusha would have done a lot better to be a bit more unselfish there. Like you said, Laksisi had Rajit Jion in open space to his right. But yes, referee Atavara has sent this upstairs, and we'll have a chance to take a second look at this.
Do you have another angle? Do you have another angle? Okay, got it. Okay, thank you. I made a decision. Thank you. No try. It was. No try. Yes. No try.
So no try. Had two supporting players there. Really just needed one more pass to get a quite easy try for St. Peter's College. But just as we had a little chat about earlier before that replay, Nathan, they won't get the 5 points that they were looking for.
Yes, Laksisi. So that's, I would say, 3 try-scoring chances that have gone astray for the Pete Wrights now. But that dropout is collected by Shenuka Pereira and bumps off a couple of defenders and takes the game line right back onto the edge of that 22. Here's Dinsara trying to step. Dinsara finds that gap. And Pete Wrights just need to be a bit patient, Laksisi. Especially with the way Isipathana, the form that Isipathana have been in, the gaps will surely open up. But just as I say that, they have conceded the possession yet again.
Hold in. Number 3.
Holding on. Very well done. Not quite sure who the player was. Maybe that was Jaffrad. Animanta Sandeep manages to find touch. So an attacking opportunity after a very, very long time for Isipathana. They need to make sure that they make use of this.
Yes, kudos to Isipathana, Laksisi. They have gotten themselves out of trouble, like you said, after being on the back foot for more than 15 minutes. And that too without conceding any further points as well.
That was Abdul Ahmad doing really well to place himself over the ball carrier.
Yes, and finally some smiles on the faces of the Isipathana support. And they'll have an attacking line out, and it's cleanly collected by Dodangoda. Yes, Setum Rajapaksa now stopped dead in his tracks by Shenuka Pereira. The number 8 battle today will be one to watch out for Laksisi. 2 very strong lads. 2 hefty lads in Shenuka Pereira and Setum Rajapaksa. And how they go about the remaining remaining minutes if this game will really have a huge say on the final outcome. But it's Isipathana now just going through the fringes, and here's Nevith Meunaka. gains a few meters for his side.
Get back, get back, get back.
Again, Isipathana too just need to be a bit patient, and the gaps will eventually open up. And yet again a strong carry coming in from Lairu Herat. But doing really well there is Sithila Nimsar, not letting the Pathana ball carrier get a knee to the ground and turning that into a maul situation, and that's ripped out by Shenuka Pereira. So St. Peter's have done mighty well there, Laksisi. Excellent defensive play, and I'm sure the forwards coach Rajiv Pereira and Sanath Martis will have some huge smiles on their faces.
Exactly. Brilliant work to get the ball back. Now St. Peter's running from their own half here.
Vishenka Silva now spots the gap, and another strong run from him. Gets the offload in off balance, and now Aditya accelerating. Aditya with just one man to beat, but Avishka Hiran did really well there. But tackle looked a bit dangerous, and Aditya has hit his head on the floor. So we'll need some urgent attention. The landing after that tackle, Laksisi, didn't look too good for Pramukha Tikshana.
Hands on the rock.
And he'll need some medical attention, but the good news for the Petrites is that they have won the penalty out of that sequence of play, and now have the opportunity for a 5-meter roll-in maul.
Here's the replay. Jafrad doesn't have enough pace to make that tackle, but Avishka Hiran making the tackle, and there was some strong contact from Tikshana. Luckily he's okay, no harm done. The line out not that convincing, but they do manage to recover St. Peter's.
Yes, and Nimsar has carried the ball a few meters. And now once again, this big set of Petrite forwards will have the chance to run at the Isipathana fringes. Have already accounted for an Amana Bank try. They'll want one more, at least one more before going into Lemons. And here's Shenuka Pereira now fends off a couple of players. Just the 2 to 3 meters away now for the Petrites, and Ratnayaka now assisted by his back row. Straightening things up slowly but surely are the Petrites, and now they'll look to run it. And right under the post now are the Petrites. Only a matter of time if they can just be a bit patient here. Another strong carry from Ratnayak, and support arrives quickly in the form of Ashaz Farooq. But still stoic defense from the Isipathanians, making the task as difficult as possible for these Petrites. But right under the post now spots the gap, and has he touched down? Looked like the Pathana defender got a hand under it, and now he has he gone over? No. Ball has been knocked on at the 11th hour. They are Lakindu Ranasinghe, the guilty party, and it's another try scoring opportunity that has gone big in Laksisi. That's 2 in the past couple of minutes.
Isipathana College very, very good in their defensive efforts in the last few minutes, Nathan. Just not able to ground the ball there, I believe. And in that moment, tried to get that quick pick and go, but unfortunately lost the ball forward. Now St. Peter's College, they have been found wanting twice now. They tried to use their backline from that 5-meter territory, but didn't use all the supporters they have. They need to make sure that from such close proximity, they use all the players available if they are working the ball, Nathan. But they have not done that now. 2 tries have gone begging because of that.
Yes, Laksisi. And this will certainly come back to bite them if they don't become a bit more clinical. They were guilty of that, especially in the first round, not being clinical with their chances. We saw unforced errors aplenty. And another one there, costing them an Amana Bank try. And what's interesting is if the Petrites took all their chances until now, they could have even wrapped up the bonus point by the 27th minute. But kudos to the Isipathana defense, who have put in a good amount of pressure. But the Petrites only have themselves to blame. Plenty of unforced errors. And the scrum, work in the scrum was not clean from the Petrite front row there, and has handed a penalty to Isipathana. And now Hiran looks to take his side out of danger. Collected cleanly by Gion. Looping ball out now to Dinsara. The chase has not been good from Isipathana, has given Senuddin Sara some space to run into. Beats a couple of players and sends the ball out now to Rajit Jion again. Rajit Jion steps past one. Support arrives quickly. Here's Nimsara now to his prop forward Ratnayaka. Interestingly, Sithila Nimsara has been playing a very mobile role so far. And Wahab there with a lovely offload to Shenuka Pereira. Now on the edge of the 22 are the Pete Wrights. They'll want a score to show for their efforts, and here's Vishenka Silva. Vishenka Silva running round the Isipathana defense. Vishenka Silva beats that final man. Needs the support quickly. Support taking just a bit too long to arrive, but has he touched down? No, he hasn't. Good hit coming in from Tinetra Rodangoda on that occasion. And the Isipathana defense has come to the party quickly. Scrappy stuff here at Bambalapitiya at the moment. And the ball was unplayable, says referee Atavara. So yet again, Laksisi, another opportunity that goes begging for St. Peter's College. But on this occasion, I feel full credit must go to the Isipathana defense. They did really well to get back in time there. The AR
after the whistle
something, and now we'll have a look upstairs.
Producer, මට එතන වුණ ඉන්සිඩන්ට් එක පෙන්නන්න. එතන ෆවුල් ප්ලේ එකක් තියෙනවා green number 7 කික් කරනවලු number 12 එක පටන් කරන් දෙන්න මට. නැගිටිදි වදින එකක්ද ගන්න. Producer last incident එක ඕනේ. Okay, you have a different angle? No. Oh, yeah. දිගටම යන්න දිගටම යන්න දිගටම යන්න දිගටම යන්න ඕම දිගටම යන්න ඕම ඔයාගේ ඉන්සිඩන්ට් එක කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? අයියෙන් ගහුව. Okay, number 7 green. Green number 7. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ number 12 ට ඔයා බිම ඉඳලා වැටලා ඉඳි. ඒකට එයාට කික් කරලා තිනවා. කික් කරලා තිනවා. get back.
So that's what the assistant referee had spotted Laksisi, and good eyes from him. Tinethra Rudangoda just wrapping his arms around the neck of the ball carrier there. Oh, that's how the replay showed it, and St. Peter's now have another chance to run at the try line with Isipathana now missing one of their most key men in a defensive aspect.
Abdul Ahmed, he'll have to step up now here at the line out in the absence of Tinethra Rudangoda.
But the collection is clean from Ranasinghe, and now the Pete Wrights looking to set that maul. Inching towards the try line now are the Pete Wrights, but now breaks from it does Shenuka Pereira. But the referee had paused the play. And plenty of tempers flaring here at Bambalapitiya at the moment. Laksisi, it is something this fixture has been renowned for in previous seasons. And it's great to see that these set of lads as well just maintaining that same competitive energy.
Well, it's rugby, Nathan, that tends to happen, but all these boys are very good friends out of the field, so things like that do happen in a game of rugby. But Isipathana, once again, an escape for them. They need to make sure that this time they get out of this 22. They're 22 here. Bometh with the feeding.
Yes, missing one man from that scrum, and Avishka Hiran will need to find a good exit here, but instead they've gone to Aditya Madhushan, and they're looking to run it from their own 22 now are the Isipathana lads. Pete Wrights will want to try and milk a penalty here, but that's a good carry from Navid Tair, just trying to manufacture that exit now. Isipathana. Here's Lairu Herat. Pete Wright forwards just appear to have switched off a bit in these past few sequences of play, and the exit kick is good from Avishka Hiran. And once again Laksisi, from nearly conceding a try, Isipathana have played themselves out of trouble.
Avishka Hiran getting at least 25 meters with that kick for Isipathana. A brilliant get out of jail kick. St. Peter's 4 times now, if I'm not wrong, they came towards that 5-meter line and were unable to get the job done. Just after doing all the hard work, they have not been able to put the finishing touches, so they really need to work on that. We have only around 3 minutes remaining according to our clock before half time.
Yes, has been the story of their season so far for the Pete Wrights, doing all the hard yards but just lacking when it matters most. And now once again good work at ruck time from Setun Rajapaksa, but just manages to get that ball out in the nick of time. And Pete Wrights will be desperate to try and close out this half with a score. Laksisi, it's been their half. Has been precious few opportunities for Isipathana.
It has certainly been their half, Nathan, but unfortunately they don't have the points to showcase that. With a cross kick attempt, and Isipathana, they lose the ball forward. Second time from Avishka Hiran.
Yes, and the support arrives quickly, so play will continue here, and Pete Wrights will have the option of coming back to that scrum. And yet again a lease of life handed to this Pete Wright team, who will be desperate to get that score now. Laksisi have absolutely nothing to show for their efforts in this first half, barring that try from Shenuka Pereira. And now here's Pramukha Tikshana, bumps off a couple of players and takes a play into that 22-meter zone. And that Pathana tackler will need to roll away. So probably another penalty advantage coming the way of St. Peter's College as well. And now Shiraz looks to switch things up to the back line. Lovely hands from Jamal Wahab, but unfortunately Shenuka Pereira has just lost the ball forward. And Avishka Hiran will be called back here for both those penalty advantages, Laksisi. So yet again the Pete Wrights fumbling at a crucial juncture.
So in fact the penalties have not been called by the referee, so it will be a line out. Ayushka Kalhara with a decent get out of jail kick, but a good line out from St. Peter's. Now here's the push, but Abdul Ahmed manages to steal the ball there.
As Abdul Ahmed did mighty well there. Like you said, Laksisi, he's the man that needs to step up when Pathana are missing their best jumper in Tinetra Dudangoda. But just as we say that, they've lost the ball forward again, and another knock-on advantage coming the way of the Pete Wrights. And yet again handed an opportunity on a silver platter to run at these Pathana fringes and try and at least get into double digits before we close out this first half here at Bambalapitiya. Here's a Nimsara now, spots the gap. Shiraz going to the blind side. Here's a Netchan Mantusha now, support arrives for him, but yet again chooses to go by himself. And good work at ruck time from Isipathana, but release is the call, and advantage over is the call from referee Atavara. And decision time now for Vishenka Silva. I believe they have the and they will look to go for that 5-meter line out. Will the Pete Wrights? Could have chosen to go for the points, Laksisi, and just head into lemons, but choosing to try and get all 7 instead. And there we see the conceding of that penalty from Abdul Ahmed. And Pete Wrights just 10 meters or so out now.
Isipathana making some changes very early as well. Lahiru Herat, he has struggled throughout the season with an injury. He goes out very early. Nituka Mansilu comes in. Now St. Peter's with another opportunity.
Yes, Nimsara yet again has been playing a really mobile match so far as the Pete Wright hooker. And now Shiraz to Farooq and Shenuka Pereira doing the carry in for the Pete Wrights. And yes, Wahab now to Dinsara. Dinsara steps past one, and Theekshana yet again has just lost that ball forward, Laksisi. And Avishka Hiran has been tackled out of touch by the Pete Wrights keeper. But yet again, a crucial fumbling of the ball with the whitewash in sight. And referee Atavara will blow for lemons. So St. Peter's College with a very narrow advantage here at Bambalapitiya. Just 1 score to show for their efforts. And for a half that was played almost exclusively in the Isipathana red zone, Laksisi, I doubt they have too many complaints going into the break with just 1 score behind.
7 points to nil. St. Peter's, they have been calling the shots throughout the at least 25 minutes out of the 35 in this first half. But as I mentioned earlier as well, they don't have the points to showcase that. So just 7 points on the board. That's half time here at Bambalapitiya, and we have 35 more minutes coming your way. Stay tuned to Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare.
Hey, shall we have a ramen? Yeah? Yes, now you can have Korean ramen anytime, anywhere with newly introduced Maliban Snackers Korean Ramen Savory Biscuit. Grab a pack for just 550 rupees and get that spicy Korean ramen sensation while watching this match.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Some bonds last a lifetime. Nippon Cement.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
There is a rhythm to island life, where a walk is a dance, where there is work-life flexibility, where fun is serious, and where songs rise out of the sea. The unique and amazing facets of island living inspire us.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kutumi. Fun Tamari.
At ESU, every class, every opportunity unlocks a new version of yourself. Welcome to the Infinite You. Welcome to ESU.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
German-engineered tyres for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
German-engineered tyres for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක.
චොමරි අක්කා. ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
German-engineered tyres for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Are you okay?
Whose fault is this? Looks like someone didn't use Tokyo Super Seal for waterproofing. Tokyo Super Seal. Do it right the first time.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චොමරි අක්කා.
බිත්තියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
සැරටම එන්ජොයි කරන්න පාටි එකට ගෝ.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth එකට go එකක්.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kutumi. Fun Tamari.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි. නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
At ESU, every class, every opportunity unlocks a new version of yourself. Welcome to the Infinite You. Welcome to ESU.
That was summer refresh when the train gotta go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth එකට go එකක්.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චොමරි අක්කා.
බිත්තියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Ah, boss, I got you some homemade milk toffee. Shall I bring it now? You know, no matter what others say, you are really important to us. I have never seen anyone care about the company as much as you do.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
හවසම ෆ්‍රෙෂ් වෙන්න. O3 Spirit and Freedom perfumed body spray. හරි. ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස
තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
At ESU, every class, every opportunity unlocks a new version of yourself. Welcome to the Infinite You. Welcome to ESU.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
Swisstech AquaShield 2K waterproofer. සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
And we're back for the second half of this Dialog Schools Rugby League clash between St. Peter's College and Isipathana College. As we'll take a look at the first half highlights. Laksisi, that was a rather wasteful first half from the home side.
Just a salty try in that first half. ThePapare scored in that first try for the first and only try in that first half for St. Peter's College. A lot of missed opportunities, especially this one. Two supporting players out there but didn't give the pass out, and Isipathana defense managing to make it held up, and then Shenka Silva almost going all the way, and then Isipathana skipper Trinetta Dodangoda right at that moment because of that high tackle paying the price, being shown the yellow card. And Isipathana, they'll start the second half with just 14 men out there on the field. I think they'll have to play like that for maybe 4 or 5 minutes.
Yes, Laksisi. And we saw, not on that highlight reel, but we saw plenty of knock-ons as well from the Patriots in attacking phases, and that too has really cost them in that first half. But they still have an ever so narrow lead. And as for our other games, it's Wesley College that are leading the Trinitians 7 points to 5 at half-time, and in the Michael Gunaratna Trophy, it's 18 points to 8 in favour of Royal College. So couple of surprise packages elsewhere as well, Laksisi, and all that action live on Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare.
So all the talk about the equations on how can Trinity win, how can Wesley win, how can St. Thomas's win, all of that came in before during the last few days, Nathan. So if we just take another look at the points table, now Trinity College, if St. Thomas's do lose this encounter against Royal, Trinity just need a win. They don't need a bonus point win. They just need a win to make sure that they walk out with the Dialog Schools Rugby League this year. So St. Thomas's, they need to make sure they win the encounter against Royal. They need a comeback in the second half to stay alive, or otherwise Royal, they'll be actually doing a favour to their Bradley rivals. But still, Trinity, they need to win. Wesley College putting up a massive fight against Trinity in their own backyard up in Pallekali. So everything to play for in the next 35 minutes. Even for these two teams as well, yes, the stakes are not that high, but still, it's all about bragging rights for these two teams.
Yes, indeed, Laksisi, and we've seen a change over the half-time interval, a change that has become somewhat routine for the Patriots this season. That's Emit Javeer slotting into that first 5/8. And Jamal Wahab going back to scrum half. We saw that against both Royal and St. Thomas's as well in the earlier fixtures. With Javeer, a player with an abundance of talent, has been playing the past 3 to 4 seasons, but has just been really unlucky with injuries and unable to hold on for a full 70 minutes. Hence he finds himself in more of an impact player role this year. And Senuddin Sara kicks things off, and straight away the chase is good from the Patriots. Strong tackle coming in from Abhay Gunawardana. on Nevit Meunaka. And whoever scores first in this second half, Laksisi, will really determine the winner of this game. And this little time period is where St. Peter's have been hurt this season as well. We saw in all of their defeats this season, and that's Emit Jayavira doing mighty well there to turn a possession over. And here's Netchan Mantosha now spots the gap, twisting and turning past the Isipathana defense. But is met by a strong hit, but not before taking play into the Isipathana red zone.
Get back, get back, get back.
And here's Wahab now. Quick ball is what's needed for the Peterites, but Ashaz Farooq has just spilled that one. And not the start that Sanat Martis and St. Peter's College would have wanted to this second half, Laksisi.
I just not quite sure what exactly happened, because it was such an easy take, a regulation take, but he just lost the ball forward quite casually. So Isipathana, once again, they have another opportunity to get out of their red zone. So St. Peter's just really have not gone anywhere from what we saw in that first half. They come so close, they come to the red zone, but just they spill the ball and give it back to Isipathana.
Yes, coming back to that 15 to 20 minute period after half time, Laksisi, that's where Royal, St. Thomas's and Wesley has that's a charge down there by the Peterite player. That's Shevala Begunawardana did mighty well to charge that down. And the pass was forward as well, says referee Atavara. So it's all going wrong here for Isipathana at the moment, but the Peterite forwards have once again done mighty well to just win that first phase. And they'll have an attack in scrum on that 5-meter line. But to finish off my point, Laksisi, that 15 to 20 minutes after half time is where the Peterite's opponents have done bulk of their scoring and where they have really hurt the defending champions this season. So they'll do well to just try and hold their own here, at least until the 50th minute mark.
And that's actually one of the main reasons why the defending champions tag won't be with them going into the next season.
Yes, indeed, Laksisi. As referee Atavara has asked for a retake. Still a 7-man scrum. Tinethra Dodangoda still in the naughty chair. And St. Peter's will really need to make this one count. Here's Wahab with the feed. But it's out hooked there by Lairu Herat, and that's some brilliant work from the Isipathana tight head. Lairu Herat has done mighty well. And the exit kick is charged down well by the Pathanians, but Peters managed to get possession. And they were offside as well. So Isipathana once again snatching that moral victory. That's excellent work. That's something we don't see too often, especially in schoolboy rugby. The ball being out hooked. And now Isipathana can get out of trouble.
Although Isipathana have not been able to make inroads into the St. Peter's College 22, they have been able to find ways to make sure they don't concede a try after that initial one. But at that little moment, St. Peter's College, unfortunately, a little brain fade there. Just wanted to make sure that Isipathana don't get ball. Now Tinethra Dodangoda is back, so it's going to be 15 versus 15.
Yes, indeed, Laksisi. And going for the 5-man line out now, Isipathana. Collection is clean from Dodangoda, and straight away I've set that roll in maul. Peterite defense needs to come to the party here. And just after drawing the defenders, sending the ball out wide now, Isipathana. They're trying to play this game at pace now. Here's Nimanta Sandeep, met in the tackle by Netchan Mantusha there. And Bomet still choosing to go on the blind side. Have an extra man there. And straight from defense to attack. Isipathana. Here's Navid Tahir just held on there by Shevala Begunawardana. Not letting him gain too much territory. Here's Nevit Meunaka. Again a strong hit from that Peterite player, but he's appeared to have hurt himself as well. But the ball is still live, and now here's Nimanta Sandeep. Wrong foot's Mantusha there. Takes play into the red zone for Isipathana. But again, the ball has been spilled by Nevit Meunaka, and Peterites are choosing to play on now. Here's Rajit Gion. And he's bundled out of touch by Dodangoda. So both these sides, Laksisi, just knocking on
Sithil Pereira meeting Royals defence at the game line. Aman Imran trying to step past a solid Royal wall of defence. Venuka Vikrama Surya. Once again the defence flies up. It's like that was Senuja Ranasinghe once again. It's been tremendous. Arya Vansa manages to he knocks it forward. Again isolated. And Royals defence once again have come to the party, and now a little bit of space opening up for Yuan Pathirana.
So unfortunate for the Thomians there. They had the Royal defence under a bit of pressure. A crucial knock on. Another area I haven't seen today, Shanak, is the Thomians trying to bring their two big centres into the play as well.
This season, but yeah, that's all part of the learning curve. Just 16 years old still, so a lot of time for him to get things right.
Yes, as we take a look at the replay there, you need to gather that ball up the first time, and it's a cardinal error to let that rugby ball bounce. This time the scrumming is a lot better from St. Peter's, and straight away looking to go to their backs. Jayavira with a lovely wraparound pass, drawing in that extra play, allowing Mantusha to break that first line of defence, but the Isipathana defence overcommitting to the blind side there, and Jamal Wahab has ably spotted it, and he has taken the ball closer to that whitewash. Did really well there, did the young scrum half. Sent nearly the entire Isipathana line the wrong way, and yet again Shenuka Pereira just juggling that ball there, but brilliant work at ruck time from Isipathana. On that occasion, it was Kavi Nirosh. Excellent work at ruck time and winning his side that penalty. And yet again taking them out of danger, Laksisi. But you have to say that's yet another missed chance from the Petrites. Had the Isipathana defence scrambling on that occasion, they just needed quick ball. But the forwards on that occasion just got a bit too greedy.
St. Peter's College, probably the 7th or the 8th opportunity that they missed in this encounter. 2 or 3 already in the second half. So St. Peter's just not been able to finish the job. That has been the story of this game so far. Isipathana, they have not been able to create their chances. St. Peter's, they do create the chances, but the most important aspect, they fail to convert those chances that they create into points.
Yes, and Isipathana are a team that really plays in those 15 to 20 minute patches. So one good sequence of play for Isipathana and this game could well and truly turn on its head, Laksisi. So those missed opportunities will almost definitely come back to bite the Petrites if they aren't able to hold their own in defence here. And Isipathana once again just playing themselves out of danger. Here's Meunaka now. He's carried really well in this game as the number 4 for Isipathana. Sending things out wide, and here's Nimanta Sandeepa with the grubber. But Dinsara is there to clean things up, and they were playing under advantage. So referee Atavara will call things back. But Tinenthara Rangoda there with a dashing run to chase that Sandeepa grubber. Thought that was the right call, but Senuddin Sara did well to do the cleaning up. And now Hiran will look to find a good touch yet again, and has taken play right towards the edge of that Petrite 22 Laksisi. That's a brilliant touch finder from Avishka Hiran. And yet again Isipathana have gone from defense to attack really quickly, and I'll have another chance to run at these Petrite fringes to try and get their first score of the game. It's been a precious few opportunities for Isipathana in this first 45 minutes. Very rarely have entered the Petrite red zone, so they'll want to make this one count. Here's a Rajapaksa now. Gets the offload just in time to his number 6. And quick ball is what's needed, but it's Nevit Meunaka yet again that has spilled the ball and handed things straight back to the Petrites. And another opportunity has been wasted for the umpteenth time today, Laksisi. But it's the Petrites that will walk away with possession from that incident.
So both the teams making very basic errors, Nathan. Nevit Meunaka losing the ball forward for the third time in this game, I believe. So the same culprit over and over again for both the teams when it comes to some of those basic errors. So they really need to make sure they get the act right going into the last 25 minutes of the game.
Yes, this time Jayavir opting to kick things out, but kicks it straight down the middle and not gathered cleanly there by Avishka Hiran. And Netchan Mantusha is there to win that ball and does really well to get the ball out now to Nimsar. Very nearly conceded the ball at the breakdown yet again, did the Petrites, but just as I praised them, they've done exactly that. But Ahmed's kick is chased down by Pramukha Theekshana. Pramukha Theekshana now with a dash-in run into the Isipathana red zone. And error-ridden game, but the Petrites have won the penalty, Laksisi. So another error-ridden sequence of play, but the Petrites will be the happier side at the end of it, and Pramukha Theekshana appears to have done himself a bit of damage now in that last phase. His body has taken a real hit today. So take a look there. Ahmed just tried to kick ahead, but Theekshana was right there. But luckily for Isipathana, Nimantha Sandeep was there to stop him dead in his tracks. But now the Petrites with a 5-meter line out. But Tinetra Rudangoda has done mighty well there, Laksisi, spoiling the line out for the Petrites. But still playing in the wrong part of the field. Isipathana, the Petrites will just want to try and milk a penalty from here. Isipathana, not enough room to manufacture that exit. Really scrappy stuff here at Bambalapitiya.
Get back!
At Rajapaksa. And now Meunaka slowly but surely trying to carry their side out of danger, but the Petrite defense doing really well, not allowing Meunaka to get his knee to the ground. Nearly the entire Petrite side surrounded him. And tempers well and truly flaring here at Bambalapitiya, but finally Nevit Meunaka manages to play the ball and get himself to the ground. But it has been turned over here by the Petrites. This is excellent work from the forwards. All of them have done mighty well so far. That was Abhay Gunawardana again. And now Ratnayaka takes things right under the post for the Petrites. And now here's Shenuka Pereira. Good work at ruck time from Ahmed. But Shenuka Pereira just managing to get the ball down. And now looking to go the other way is Trevin Herft. Under the post now are the Petrites. Just need to be patient here, not make those errors that they've made so far. And the try will come. Nimsar is nearly through there, but have they touchdown? No, just short, says the referee. Surely just a couple of phases away now for St. Peter's College. Here's Shenuka Pereira. But met in an important hit there from Isipathana. Their defense is really holding their own. But it's the Petrites still breathing down the necks here. And Ashaz Farooq has touchdown for the second Amana Bank try. And that has been an Amana Bank try that was a long time coming for St. Peter's College, Laksisi. And finally, they have fruits to show for their efforts. of those basic mistakes that they have been making so far. And Senuddin Sara with a massive touch find, taking his side well and truly out of trouble, taking the game line back past the halfway mark. That kick had at least 50 meters on it. Senuddin Sara, of course, has quite the heavy boot on him and using it in full force on that occasion, taking his side out of trouble. But it's Isipathana that will have the chance to run now.
Captain, ambas poda kali kiya. Enang oge pitipasar kiyanna.
Isipathana have gone for those 4 or 5 man lineouts throughout this season. Yet again, they've been heavily dependent on Tinethra Durangoda's jumping prowess, and it has worked for them so far. Now the backs with a lovely move of their own, and that was a late hit there from the Pete Wright player, and I think that's Tenula Di Costa that has gone down in that occasion. Or Setum Rajapaksa rather. We'll take a look at the replay there. Yes, the two number 8s colliding, and that was slightly late from Shenuka Pereira Laksisi. And depending on how the referee chooses to interpret this, he might have left his team in a tough spot.
Can you check the last late card? Can you check that?
Now let's see what the decision is going to be.
Yes, go ahead. One more time. That's done. I want that. Now chutta passare hanno. Number 8. Huh? Yes. Number 8. Ek late tackle ganne me. Habai wage arms enne magata ona gilla ganne shoulder එකෙන්. ඔයා arms use කරන්නේ නැහැ tackle එකට. Right?
And Shenuka Pereira has been sent to the sin bin. How costly will this be for St. Peter's College? Laksisi, he's been one of their better players, especially in this game. Has really marshalled his forwards and his backs, been that connecting piece for the Pete Wrights, and he has left his team in a really tough spot here. And we were just speaking about game management, but a rush of blood to the head there from the Pete Wright number 8 has given Isipathana a sniff. And if there's anything we know about Isipathana, that all they need is a sniff, Laksisi.
Exactly, Nathan. But with the way the game has panned out, I'm not quite sure whether Isipathana do have enough firepower here to go over the line. Let's see whether they can turn things around. They have not been convincing throughout the game. Maybe in the first 5 to 10 minutes they were in a very good spot, but after that they have not been convincing. So let's see whether they can turn things around in the last 18 minutes or so. Here's Kavi Nirosh, the good ball carry.
Yes, Isipathana now giving the Pete Wright forwards a dose of their own medicine, looking to go from the fringes. And visits to the Pete Wright 22 have been few and far between. So Isipathana, if they are to try and stage any sort of comeback, will need to make this one count. And now they look to go to their backs, but just as I say that, the ball has been lost forward by the man in that number 11 jump. That's Risni Jafrad. And again, an error at a critical juncture for Isipathana College, Laksisi. And that has been the theme of this game for both these sides so far.
Yes, indeed, Nathan. But Luckily for St. Peter's College, they have been able to cross the line, but for Isipathana, that has not been the case. Jafra losing the ball forward.
His unforced error had absolutely no men around him, but I think he was that pass wasn't the greatest to him either, was really low down. The ball has just spilled out of the scrum here. Pete Wrights missing their number 8 in Shenuka Pereira, but Senuddin Sara once again with a massive touch finder, taking the Pete Wrights out of trouble. And maybe if he had been able to find his kick-in boots earlier in the season like this, Laksisi, things could have been a lot different for St. Peter's. But it's better late than never, as they say. Again, Isipathana uncontested, collected by Tinethuru Rangoda. And now here's the replacement scrum half in that number 20. That's Methuba Bimsat. Trying to create that numbers mismatch out wide, and here's Isipathana College, but a big tackle coming in from Vishenka Silva, and he has managed to turn things over for his side. Pete Wrights doing mighty well there, but have conceded the penalty. Unfortunately, the Pete Wrights keeper just got his hand on the ground there, but in all fairness to him, he was slipping and he was coming there at pace. Couldn't have really done much better there. But it is Isipathana now that will have the 5-meter line out, and another opportunity presented to them to try and claw their way back into this clash with just 15 minutes left on our clocks here at Bambalapitiya.
Isipathana, they need a try, and they need it very quickly here. Just 15 minutes to go. Kavin Jaisingh.
මම captain message දීලා තිබ්බේ. නේ numbers හරියට කියන්න. 4 කියනවා 6 කියනවා නෑ මුලින් 4 කියනවා ඊට පස්සේ 6 කියනවා. කොට මුලින්
it's like they are making some sort of a change. Damsara Vitarana might take over the job. No, in fact, Kavin will stay. Ajay, the good take.
But excellent work there by the Pete Wrights, able to sack that maul. But the ball is still playable for Isipathana. And now here's Tenuru Costa with the cross kick. And the collection is good from Avishka Hiran. And has he touched down for the Amana Bank try? No, he hasn't, says referee Atavara. Be interesting to see a replay of that sequence there. And I think the referees will be tempted to send this one upstairs as well.
Time landing නෑ. landing okay. Okay. ඊමු දාලා බලමු. හරි. Okay. Producer, මට kick chase එකේ ඉඳන්ම පෙන්නන්න එකේ පොඩක් kick chase එකේ ඉඳන්ම kick chase එකේ ඉඳන්ම පෙන්නන්න. Ground in එක හරිනේ. Okay. No call. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, eventually the try rightfully been awarded Laksisi. That was excellent vision from the young Isipathana back. That's Tenula Costa really created that try. Looked really clear cut in real time, but the referees just wanting to make sure. And now a crucial conversion coming in from Avishka Hiran in what has been a low scoring game.
And kudos to Avishka as well, Nathan, because he was competing against Vishenka Silva, and there was a huge mismatch when it comes to the reach of Vishenka and Avishka. But Avishka getting the last laugh and scoring the first Samana Bank try for Isipathana.
Yes, and the unable to convert his own try on that occasion, the Isipathana fly half. But yes, like you said, kudos to him. He did mighty well to out-muscle Vishenka Silva there. But referee is asking for a retake of that conversion. Not quite sure why. So another chance now for Avishka Hiran. Another chance now for Avishka Hiran to convert his own try.
Take it. Yes.
And attempt number 2 is good from Avishka Hiran. So just one score separate in these two sides now, Laksisi. And Avishka Hiran has given the green machine a lease of life in this clash with just over 10 minutes to go and the numbers advantage as well. Taking a look at that replay, Tenor Di Costa did really well. Spotted the gap, and Avishka Hiran out-muscling too much stronger Pete Wright defenders to go round the ball. And at the second time of asking, the conversion was good from him. But straight from kickoff has been miscued. So there will be a centre field scrum now. Just 12 minutes to go. Isipathana still not out of it with the possession and with a centre field scrum as well. But again, it's about that game management from St. Peter's College. Have been the better side today, but just need to see things off here at Bambalapitiya. As Isipathana goes to the blind side with one of their set moves. Setun Rajapaksa did mighty well. The Avishka Hiran shows and goes. Avishka Hiran brought down eventually by his opposite number. And good work at the breakdown to keep the ball there from Isipathana. But straight away the rush defense is good from St. Peter's. Trying to push the game line back, but it's Isipathana that are looking to go out wide. But again, met in an important hit there by Rajit Gion. And Isipathana have been pushed back a couple of meters. But yes, Tahir now. Still with the ball, Isipathana, but playing the game in no man's land really. But here's now Tinetra Dodangoda trying to run outside, but Vishenka Silva managed to get the hit in on him. And Setun Rajapaksa with a strong carry. And now Isipathana inching closer towards that Pete Wright 22. And suddenly the green machine has found their mojo, and they're really breathing down the next year are the visitors. Here's Nimanta Sandeep. Tries to step and loses the ball, and that's again some good work at the breakdown from Netchan Mantusha Laksisi. Managing to win possession back for his side. And though he has faltered in an attacking sense, I thought he has done mighty well in and from a defensive perspective at least today. And now here's Tikshana. Tries to go round.
No, green, no!
Pete Wrights are playing themselves out of danger now.
Down.
And scrappy stuff here at Bambalapitiya, but it's still the Pete Wrights with the ball. There's Farooq on that occasion. And this is good here from the Pete Wrights, just trying to run the clock down, just go at the fringes.
Take a in. Get back.
And now employing the boot of Senuddin Sara to get them out of danger, but this time the kick is and good, goes into empty space. And Tenor Di Costa has spotted the gap. Tenor Di Costa, as he launched a 50-22 here, but Vishenka Silva back just in the nick of time to keep the ball in play. And support arrives quickly. And again, that's excellent work from Tinetra Dodangoda to send Senuddin Sara out of bounds. And but that was a high shot, says referee Atavara. So the Pete Wrights will keep possession. High shot from number 11. That's Rishni Jeffrad. Hasn't had the best of games. Couple of unforced errors. If he had just kept his cool on that occasion, Isipathana would have had a line out in the Pete Wright red zone. And the touch finder will take the game line towards that halfway mark. Take a look there. Yes, direct contact around the neck. I don't think you can argue with that.
Yeah, Jafra, the youngster, just doing all the hard work, but just not finishing the job. So Jafra, someone for the future for Isipathana. He will most probably be a starter next year. So a lot to learn for him in the coming years for the youngster. But St. Peter's, they have the advantage now.
Yes, and restored to their full 15 as well. Shenuka Pereira will rejoin the action today with this line out.
Okay, good.
And the collection is good from Rana Singh, and the Petrites have set them all here. Motoring towards the Isipathana territory, desperately trying to sack it is Ahmed, but the Petrites holding their own. And again in a good 20-25 meters before being brought down. Here's Jayavira now. To the back line they go. Dinsara sends it out to Rajit Jion. Rajit Jion for the line. Rajit Jion steps past one tackle. But just can't beat Nimanta Sandeepa there. But the exit kick is not good from Isipathana, and they have handed the ball straight back to St. Peter's, who were playing under an advantage.
Prasnagon here, Prasnagon.
But some good stuff there from the young winger, Rajit Jion. And good stuff from Nimanta Sandeepa as well, managing to force that knock on and get the ball out of the hands of the Petrite speedster. And change has been rung by both sides here. Rehan Shahid on for Jamal Wahab in the halfback. It's Metupa Bimsat is opposite number with the feed. And Isipathana trying to carry out of their own 22 now. Ball just spilling out yet again. Has been really scrappy at the breakdown from both these sides. We've seen plenty of loose ball situations. Neither team just able to keep the ball. And that kick has just eventually bundled out of touch. And it's St. Peter's with a set piece inside Isipathana territory. But again, I thought the Petrite back three could have done well to try and gather that kick, but it, like we said, Luxis, it has been a scrappy and error-ridden affair here at Bambalapitiya so far. But just over 6 minutes left on our clocks here.
Okay, good.
Overcooks the line out, does Shenuka Pereira, but did well there, did Madugasge to gather that ball. And here's Lakindu Ranasinghe now, who is the usual line-out jumper for the Petrites. Hospital pass coming in there, but doing well to gather the ball. And here's Abhay Gunawardene. He's been really, really good today, with some important hits. One of the smaller lads in the team. And now the Petrites looking to go to their back line. Here's Senuddin Sara. Senuddin Sara spots the space. Runs laterally, but still taken the game line forward. But unfortunately is unable to offload and has handed things straight back to Isipathana. US Anuj Jayavira. And again, yet another scrappy sequence of play ends with a loss forward. And will be another scrum down here at Bambalapitiya. Been a really stop-start affair. Almost a complete opposite to last year's league title decider, Laksisi.
Even in all that rain, both the teams played really, really well in that encounter, Nathan, and they followed it up at the knockouts final with another brilliant game. So, but this year, a lot of errors from both the sides, and I don't think both teams will be happy about how they played this encounter. But at the moment, St. Peter's still with the advantage, 7 points. Isipathana, they need a converted try, or otherwise that will be their third loss of the league. Trying to overcook that, and doesn't find touch. It has been that kind of a game for Isipathana. Things just not going their way at all. A lot of errors. Now here's the dangerous Shenk Silva, making a lot of meters. But as usual, after a very good play, there comes the error.
Yes, indeed. Isipathana made the mistake of allowing the Pete right back three some room there. But unfortunately, their scrum half couldn't back them up and Rehan Shahid has spilled. And Din Sara will need to collect this ball cleanly. And he has launched the exit kick. But should be a really interesting end to this game, Laksisi. If Isipathana are able to keep the ball, just 4 minutes left and Isipathana playing inside the Pete right territory. So
3 minutes
if these teams can find their own in these last 4 minutes, it should be really interesting game here at Bambalapitiya.
And going into the last few minutes, Nathan, we need to decide on a Swiss Tech player of the match as well, perfect player of the match. What are your thoughts?
Yes, plenty of names in the hat, for especially from the Pete right forwards, I would say Laksisi. But from their backline as well, I thought Netchan Mantusha has played really well in a defensive sense, but his errors in an attacking sense probably have cost him that award. But for me, it would be a toss-up between all 8 of the Pete right forwards. I thought Chenuka Pereira did well, but he too made a costly error of being sent to the bin. But we'll come back to that after this sequence of play. Here's Nimantha Sandeep. Good tackle coming in there from Mantusha yet again. From an Isipathanian point of view, I thought Setum Rajapaksha has done really well. He has carried well, but he most probably will be on the losing side today. But I thought the 2 locks for St. Peter's have done mighty well today. Laksisi, that's Janot Ratnayaka and Sheval Abe Gunawardana. And if it was down to me, it would be a toss-up between the 2 of them for that Swiss Tech perfect play of the match.
So let's see how the next 2 minutes go, Nathan, because Isipathana, I believe they have another line out coming their way. So anything can happen. It might be a 7-point win for St. Peter's, might be a 2-point win for them, might be a tie. They have had a lot of tight games this season. Isipathana still fighting going into the last 2 minutes according to our clock. Now here's the push coming in from Isipathana, probably for the last time in this game. Here's Kavin Jayasinghe making some meters for the team, breaking away from the maul.
Yes, Isipathana with one last chance to run at these Pete right fringes. Need to play some quick ball. Don't have much time left. And they'll need to keep the ball in play. Here's Navid Tahir now. Pete right defense just switching off for a moment there, allowing Isipathana to gain 5 to 10 meters or so. But just discovering their mojo once again as Shevala Begunawardana with another big hit. And Tenora Di Costa with take number 2 for that crossfield kick. But this time the ball has just run into touch. So trying to go for that crossfield kick yet again. Did Tenora Di Costa, but this time didn't have a willing runner. And the ball did bundle out of touch, but Tinetha Ridongoda has done really well there to spoil the line out. But referee will call him back and have a word with the AR. Would be interesting to see what happened there. And we will have another TMO review, Laksisi. But Tinetha Ridongoda, I thought that was very intelligent from him to go behind the try line and ground the ball, so that if the verdict goes his way from this referral, his team will have the try.
Who dashed the ball? What Ghana ball? They are goal to Ghana. Yes. Penalty. Last move.
So that try will not count. Ball was spoiled. Illegally by Tiretalodangoda, and Emit Javira will just run this one out. And St. Peter's College with a big victory over Isipathana. One of their fiercest rivals has been overturned today. 14 points to 7 here at Bambalapitiya. Was a low scoring affair, but doesn't really do justice to the way the Peterites have played today. And as the cheers ring around Bambalapitiya, our Swiss Tech perfect player of the match will go to Janut Ratnayaka, who has played a really good game, but take nothing away from the rest of the Peterite forwards. All of them putting in a massive shift today. And it's a game that was really won and lost in the forwards department. And the Peterites just showing that they have that cutting edge with a famous victory here at Bambalapitiya. There's another man who had a really good game today, Netchan Mantusha. Massive game in defense. And the Peterites, after back-to-back narrow defeats in the cup segment, finally get a close result to go their way here in the Dialog Schools Rugby League 2025. And that's 3 wins in a row now against Isipathana in the Dialog Schools Rugby League at least. And these are 2 teams that never fail to impress, as the players, a true display of camaraderie, just going for a shake of the hands there. Has been a good game from both these sides. A scrappy one, albeit plenty of errors, but as always, entertaining stuff from the Bamba Brigade and the Green Machine. But it is the boys in those blue, white and gold stripes that have finally put an end to that losing run of theirs, and will wrap up a confidence boosting victory in the Dialog Schools Rugby League that will take them out of that 6th place in the Cup Championship. And the news from Pallekele is that Trinity College, after 40 years, have wrapped up the Dialog Schools Rugby League and will be league champions for the first time since 1987. As we have a full-time confirmation from here in Bambalapitiya, it's St. Peter's College with 14 points to Isipathana's 7. 2 converted tries from the Peterites, and that 1 try and conversion from Avishka Hiran, who had a good game for his team today, the fly half. We'll have a look at some of the second half highlights. Scrappy stuff here at Bambalapitiya. Nothing much to show in terms of highlights, just penalties and knock-ons. But that was the try from Ashas Farooq, which proved to be the match-winning try from the Peterite prop forward. There was Shenuka Pereira with a little rush of blood that really allowed Isipathana that sniff and that way back into this game, and they capitalized on that numbers advantage. Yes, Avishka Hiran out Muslim Senu Binsar and Vishenka Silva to touchdown and convert his own try as well. But yes, things have been wrapped up. Peterites just managing to hold on. Good game management from them as well. As we take a look at the key stats, nothing much to show. Just 2 converted tries for the Peterites and the 1 converted try for Isipathana. 14 points to 7 here at Bambalapitiya. And our Swiss Tech perfect player of the match is Janut Ratnayaka of St. Peter's College. As we take a look at tomorrow's fixtures, Sri Sumangala taking on Kingswood College in Pallekele, and a game that could decide the plate championship with St. Joseph's College taking on DSA Nayaka in Longdon Place in a winner-takes-all clash in terms of that plate trophy. Yes, and with that, folks, we'll bring them into our coverage of this Dialog Schools Rugby League fixture between St. Peter's College and Isipathana College, where the Peterites have managed to hold their own and get an important victory here at their home turf. But on behalf of the entire technical and production team for the Papare, this is myself, Nathan Coggins, and Laxis De Silva signing off. Catch you next week.
Standby for opener.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, the Papare.
3, 2, 1, roll.
This is the Sri Lanka Yankee Cricket Analysis, the Papare company.
Welcome back to the Papare.
Welcome to the live broadcast from the Papare.
Good luck, guys. Good luck, everyone.
The Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 television sports channel.
Reserve your BYD vehicle today with John Keel's CG Auto by visiting the BYD showrooms or call us on 0112 125 125.
විහිළු නෙමේ ටෝකියෝ සුපර් ඕන වැටකට සුපර්.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Now Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදහමයි.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
Saratama enjoy karanga party ekata go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth ekata go ekak.
German-engineered tyres for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
Muscle Guard Herbal Cream. A herbal cream for rapid relief and complete healing from muscle and joint ailments. Experience rapid relief. A trusted product from Link Natural.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක.
තමරි අක්කා. ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
රාමෙන් පාරක් දාමුද?
මෙතන
මෙතන විතරක් නෙමෙයි. ඕනෙම තැනක රාමෙන්.
හඳුන්වා දෙන මෙල්බන් ස්නැකර්ස් කොරියන් රාමෙන් සේවරි විස්කර්. රාමෙන් සරට සෙට් වෙන්න.
Now Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදහමයි.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
That was summer refreshment, the train, they gotta go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth ekata go ekak.
Reserve your BYD vehicle today with John Keel's CG Auto by visiting the BYD showrooms or call us on 0112 125 125.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Some bonds last a lifetime. Nippon Cement.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය. චර්පි චිප්ස්. රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස.
තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
Our mountains are majestic. They can be life-giving. Some are even sacred, and their heights bear marks of our heritage. Our mountains elevate us. To us, they are ever inspiring.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined.
ජීවිතයම මිහිරයි මැලිබන් ලෙමන් පෆ් පෆ් ලෙමන් පෆ් මැලිබන් ලෙමන් පෆ් මැලිබන් ලෙමන් පෆ් chill වෙන්න ලෙමන්
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
The road is yours.
German-engineered tyres for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක. චමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස්ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Follow your dreams, achieve your goals. With every step, let your story unfold. In this world you will shine, just believe it's your time. Sky is the ultimate limit, never can you stop any day.
Chase your dream career with eSoft Metro Campus.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
පිත්තියට ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
දවසම ෆ්‍රෙෂ් වෙන්න. O3 Spirit and Freedom perfumed body spray.
The road is yours.
German-engineered tyres for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
Boss, you're the one who lifted this company to where it is today, ne? Your work is so well organized and your capability really shines through it.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus,
Save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
මේ දිනවල ඇතිවිය හැකි අසනීප තත්ත්වයන් වලින් ආරක්ෂා වීම සඳහා ප්‍රතිශක්තිය වර්ධනය කර නිරෝගීමත් දවසක් සඳහා සමහන් පානය කරන්න. සෙමදා සමහන් සෙමදා සුවෙන්.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රසයක් බැයිය. චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්නේ දැනෙන රස.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකෝ දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල් 2K waterproof දැම්මනම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රසයක් බැයිය. චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්නේ දැනෙන රස.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.